how are you going to set your podcast aside from everybody else? If they know that that's how you giving it up, people going to tune in because they want that raw, uncut, unadulterated truth. And that's what I'm here to bring. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to bring at the end of the day, because it's like, there's so many voices in the podcast space. What's going to make your voice cut through the traffic? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so...
Testing 1 2. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Michael Jamel, aka Mike G, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the Hot Tea and Incense podcast. Episode number 2. I got a special guest. I got my man Cooke in the building.
What's good? What's good? Thanks for having me.
Peace, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so glad you could come through, man. I just, you just watch everybody in our area just making moves, and I think you definitely one of the ones that, make moves, but you also got integrity. And it just fit right in with the theme of the podcast. First off, I want to let you, introduce yourself, kind of talk about, how you got to where you at now, what made you want to do music and everything like that.
All right, bet. It's your boy T. Cooke, hailing out of Newport News, Virginia, born and raised. Hip-hop artist, screenwriter, the list goes on. Got a few films under my belt, multiple projects. Been doing it for quite some time. Started back in 2010, put my first tape out in 2010, and I've been rapping actually since like the age of like 12. So it's just something that, I have a passion to do, and, it's a God-given talent, you know what I'm saying? And so I always know where my gifts come from, and I've just been at it ever since. So I went solo in 2013, put my first music video out called Ignorant, and ever since then that's how we've been rocking.
Thanks.
Yeah. My
God, and you stay fresh, man. I mean, what be your inspiration with the fashion? Because I'm waiting for the clothing line.
Oh, true. I'm waiting. Everybody be talking about that, man. I'm slight today. I'm doing something slight. I ain't really doing too much. But with the fashion, I always looked at the people like Kanye, Andre 3K, just trendsetters and risk takers. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared to think outside the box. So I always be trying to, do something that's gonna shake the culture up, especially locally. So, yeah, man, that's what I'm into.
And you got a podcast coming out, too.
Oh, for sure.
Facts. And what'd you say the name of it was again?
It's called I May Get in Trouble for This. It's dropping very soon. Me and my co-host, Brianna Monet. So, yeah, we got some things in store. We got some things down the pipeline for sure. But y'all make sure y'all tap in. Follow us on Instagram at The Trouble Pod.
Come on now.
Yep.
And speaking of podcasts, man, since I'm just starting myself as well, I think we was talking about this earlier. I wanted to wait till we started shooting, to really elaborate. But so when you're doing things like this, a lot of times people will really censor themselves. So for me, it's kind of like I realize it's harder for me to censor myself than to speak freely. Because I'm just an honest, open person. And I realize a lot of times you really can't just say anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you can be honest and transparent. But especially when it comes to being famous. And your boy J. Cole, he had talked about it like he can't let the fame keep him from speaking candidly or just being honest and real. And it's like in this era of like cancel culture, it's almost like everybody's afraid to just say what they feel like for real. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? How do you balance the two, when it comes to speaking out as a figure and an artist?
Yeah, I mean, I just think at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be honest. I'm not trying to offend nobody by my opinions and stuff like that, but I look up to a lot of free black men like that
Come
just
on
are
now.
vocal. And me being a free black man, I'm not scared to bite my tongue. And I don't, really subscribe to like the PC culture. I know that is the thing, you know what I'm saying? And people are scared to get canceled. But I mean, the truth shall set everybody free at the end of the day. So
Taking the church.
I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I was brought up. I'm not gonna bite my tongue, but at the end of the day, like I feel like just starting out when you're doing a podcast and stuff like that, everybody is so like they tiptoe around the truth, and it's like, how are you going to set your podcast aside from everybody else? If they know that that's how you giving it up, people going to tune in because they want that raw, uncut, unadulterated truth. And that's what I'm here to bring.
Unadulterated.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to bring at the end of the day, because it's like, there's so many voices in the podcast space. What's going to make your voice cut through the traffic? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what I'm here to do. It might not always be the politically correct thing to say, but I'm led by the spirit. So if it's on my heart, I'm going to just say what I got to say and deal with the consequences later. You feel what I'm saying? But you can't cancel me because I got my own podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Facts.
That's how I'm giving it up though.
Facts. And it was weird with with T.I. situation. I don't think he's been putting out episodes as much. And I'm like, the crazy part about it is people can cancel you from their platform. When you build your own platform, he can still record his podcast.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying?
Whether you hate it or love it, And that's why I was like, I had to create something of my own. I done been on other people's podcasts, and it's like, anywhere that I get invited, I'm always gonna respect your platform. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you having me on, but on mine,
appreciate you for coming.
Oh, for sure, it's not a thing. But on mine, like, I'm gonna really just give that raw, uncut. Not to say I'm holding back here, but it's like, you being an artist, like. Me being an artist, I feel like it's certain people's platforms, like they may be scared to have T Cooke on because they know that I'ma just say, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't got time, so sway.
How, Sway? How? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just gotta move a certain way and just like, but I appreciate the invitation once again.
Already, man. So before I forget, we got right into it. I want to start off reading the T captions, and mine says, "Your breath fills you with energy anywhere and anytime you need it."
Okay. I like that. Mine says, "When your inner and outer worlds harmonize, your relationships do too."
Dang.
So, I don't know. I ain't even know these had no captions on it.
That's crazy. Shout out to Yogi T, by the way.
For sure.
Get that endorsement with y'all soon. So. But it's funny that those is the name of it. I mean, the captions say what they say, because I've been starting to dig more into the meditation. So with the album, the self-love album, every time I do something, God just be like, he make me really dig into it. Because when I first started, it was just like, yeah, I'm trying to get peace, everything. But I didn't really know nothing about meditating. I just was giving it a try. But so I'm reading this book called The Power of Now.
Okay.
And the guy says that just what that thing says, the outer world is reflected in the inner world. So he was talking about space. And he was saying that, like, a long story short, space is really like God.
Okay.
Because God is like everywhere. And he was saying that the more you go deeper into space, the more connected to God you are. But he was reflecting that on the inside to say, when you thinking all the time, that's like stuff. But in your mind, it's like space. And when you meditate, it's like you going deeper into that space, which is essentially God. And I'm like, it can't be that. Like, sometimes you ever be hearing, it can't be that deep, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be that deep.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, bruh, everything connects at the end of the day.
No, that's real.
Yeah, what's your viewpoint, in the spiritual realm? Because I know you're a believer as well.
Yeah.
And I can tell, how you put your music out, it always got some kind of a message attached to.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up in a Christian school. Like, I've been in that, raised in a Christian household since like the age of 2 when I started at Christian school. So, like, that's just, my faith is just a big part of just who I am as a person. I think it kind of bleeds over into my music because I don't really curse in my music like that. So, and that's just kind of like a personal thing. Like, nobody ever told me, like, don't curse. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. But, like, sometimes I feel like when people know that about me, like, oh, they put me in a box of like a squeaky clean Disney Channel pop bubblegum type rapper, and it's like sometimes I might have to let a few fly just to let y'all know I ain't playing with these bars, like, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to my faith though, that's something that, you know, I'm steadfast in. When it comes to spirituality and stuff like that, I think everybody has what works for them. I think at the end of the day, we all just trying to make it to the same destination, but you might take different paths to get there. I don't think one is better than the other. Me personally, I'm a Christian. I'm vocal about that, but I have friends that's Muslims. I have friends that's, you know, practice different things. So I'm not one to judge because I don't have a hell to put you in, my brother. So you know what I'm saying?
Let me say this, because like, what's the name of your podcast again?
I may get in trouble for this.
I may get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. So I've been noticing now it's a lot more Satanism.
Yeah.
And that's kind of becoming open as well. And I mean, in a world of religious tolerance, you know, you choose what you want to do kind of thing. But what's your viewpoint on, like, is just now, is to me personally, it's kind of weird that people are just openly coming out like that.
Yeah. With me, the way I feel, like, for example, like Lil Nas X, like, he recently just went off the deep end, off the deep end with, you know, all the stuff that he came out with. He sliding down a stripper pole to hell, like, he, you know, he doing all these things, you know what I'm saying? He really, that's how he was giving it up. And for me, like, you know, as an artist, like, yo, do you, but for me, it's, like you said earlier, I'm a man of integrity, and there's a certain line that I will never cross when it comes to my soul, when it comes to my spirit, when it comes to putting certain energy out there, because you get back what you put out there, you know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to that, I'm just like, hey, he do what he want to do, but these tropes and these narratives of, you know, worshiping the devil or Satanism in hip hop, it's been around, you know what I'm saying? It's whether it's satanic imagery, subliminal imagery in the music videos. You know, you look at people like from back in the day, like 3 6 Mafia, like they started off 666 Mafia. Then you had, you know, Tyler and Wolfgang, you know, Tyler the Creator, when they came out, they was doing upside down crosses in 666, like, to get attention, because people are so, like, you know, it's like a clout chasey thing, but for me, it's like, it's some clout worth your eternal soul. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm giving it up. Like, you know, I'm never gonna do nothing that's gonna damn me to hell for eternity. You know what I'm saying? Just for some clout, just so I can get a record deal, just so I can get the #1 record. I'm not giving it up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's crazy that, like, and it's weird because I'm in such a place now, just with spiritual exploration, that, like, I'm open to any viewpoint, but, like, I'm gonna go with God 1,000% just from my personal experience. But it's funny that you say the clout thing, because that's another thing I feel like in this era we in now, is like people are confusing clout with true value. Because, like, it's some people that might have clout, but you might be like, if, like, I mean, I'm not gonna go listen to his music. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or I don't feel like him as a person doesn't resonate with me. Like, people that don't have integrity, that might just say anything. Yeah. And I mean, I even talk to people that'll be like, oh man, you gotta do this, that, and the third. And, like, with me with the sax, I try to keep it like that too. Because the music is another way of communicating, right? And if I just be like, well, let me just give them whatever I need to give them for me to get a gain, that's the definition of selling out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the almost getting to be the norm now. So people will look at you and be like, oh, he ain't nothing, because you not doing that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think J. Cole was talking about it too with the he was saying, like, a lot of rappers, I've heard people be like, man, J. Cole trash. But a lot of times he be just telling you some stuff you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Like that song Addiction. That's some stuff I needed to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with me, you don't think I don't do stuff. How do I say it? I don't do it to the point where I can control it, but then I can't control it at the same time. Like I blacked out before drinking, and it's been like you never plan for nothing like that. You don't be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and lose control tonight.
You just trying to have a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many other people get caught up with other type of vices?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We all got our vices, you know, at the end of the day. Some are open, you know, you can see the side effects of some are behind closed doors, you know, so I'm never one to judge, but like I told you earlier, I'm like everything in moderation, because, you know, when you OD with something, you know, gluttony is a sin, so too much of anything, you gotta find balance. Too much of anything you could drink too much water and drown, you know, your organs, like, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, we need, as much as we need water, you could OD on that, you know what I'm saying, so it's just like, you gotta find a healthy balance, and, you know, just kind of do what's best for you. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Word.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I just had so, and to tie it all back together, man, like even with the podcast, the Hot Tea and Incense podcast, I feel like it's a lot of things as far as therapy that are unexplored.
Okay.
And I've been trying to dig more into each avenue, like working out, meditating. I took a bath last night. Pause.
You on your rev run?
My knee was hurting, and I went to the Bath and Body Works. I was like, man, I need to take care of my body. Like,
yeah.
But I think as dudes, a lot of times we always just going hard. And the only time we probably take care of our body is when we with a female. You see what I'm saying? But we need to be, you know, I need to soak the knee.
Self-care.
Self-care, exactly.
Like the old folks tell you get in the bag, put some Epsom salt in that
Epsom salt. I put some salt in it. I salted that thing down, man.
For sure. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Self-care, whatever works for you, man. Whether it's, you know, going to get a massage, whether it's going to get pedicure, manicure, whether, you know, you just got to carve out designated time for yourself, whatever that looks like for you, you know. So like, dude's too hard. What, you too hard to take a bath? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gonna stand up like you in the pen, you gonna just take something, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's like this toxic, this fragile masculinity, bro. It really gotta go, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, you just gotta be secure within yourself, you know,
and be comfortable though. Yeah, because like the more you take care of your body, the better you feel, the clearer you think. And I know you a strategist too. Yeah. And I meant to ask you. So I checked out the movie, the doc. Okay. Dope. Appreciate it. How was that process, putting it together? The work, the thought process involved.
Man. It was a really interesting experience putting the documentary together. I wanted to document the recording process of my Seven Cities album. So I put the Seven Cities album out in October of 2018, but each recording session was filmed, just to give that uncut, like, behind the scenes of what it would take to put an album together. And of course, I'm not the first to do that, but it was a first of my own, because I was like, so shout out my director, Victor Collins, because he was in the studio with me and, you know, getting that behind the scenes footage. And then once we shot all of that, it was some obstacles that we had to, you know, overcome. But we sent that footage off to my editor, Nick Crawford, and he spent a good, maybe about a year just editing, going through that footage, and he edited the whole film from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? And he would send different cuts to me, and I would approve, or I say take this out. And you know the interviews from my family, friends, and you know influencers around here. We went from the 7-5 to Richmond to DC just to get interviews from people who really know me, because I always felt like it was a misconception about me that I'm like arrogant or stuck up or whatever it is. And it was like, I really wanted to just like bare my soul in this documentary and just really clear up any misconceptions about T. Cooke. And I feel like you know, my team helped me do that. And I was just glad that we could. If you look now, you see, you know, I put the documentary out like a year and some change ago. But if you look now, every artist got a doc. You know, like Mary J. Blige about to drop a doc on Amazon Prime on my birthday, actually, June 25th. So it's like, yeah. So you see all these like different artists doing it, and it's like, I just felt like it was monumental. It was unprecedented for like an artist under the age of 30 to even have a full-length documentary and then to release it on Amazon Prime, which was a blessing because, you know, that's one of the big platforms. So it was just like, yeah, man, like I enjoyed doing it and just enjoyed like kind of telling my story from childhood until, you know, my current age. So it was dope though.
Nah, big facts, bro. I was like, this is, and it looks like, not to say that you ain't haven't blown up yet, but it looks like a mainstream artist type doc. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really salute you as far as that, because I think that the level of dedication to pull that off is what's really, you know, respectable at the level you at now.
I appreciate
you know what I mean? And man, shoot, I did the Black Magic short film, and I got that up there, and bruh.
You know what?
I just was getting that out because at the end of the day, it's my first short film, and the amount of work that it took for that half an hour of a movie, bro, I was like,
people don't know what it. Being from someone who got a 30-minute short film as well that dropped in 2016. People be like, well, why you couldn't make it longer? Or why you couldn't do this? It's like, bro, do you know how much money it take to just do a 30-minute short film? Like, we're not even talking about an hour. We talking about 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? From the budget to casting to marketing, all that stuff, bro. It's a lot, man. So salute to you and everything you doing, man. Like, it's not nothing that I take lightly. You know, I think as local artists, a lot of things that we do may get swept under the rug, but it's people who appreciate you and your God-given talent. I always see you around credible people too. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you around, you know, G White. I seen you like I seen you like playing the sax in the Young Money Young video. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I see you strategically, you know, cause you just don't rock with anybody, but the people that you align yourself with is very important. So, you know, just keep doing you, man. Like God is gonna show favor with everything you doing, man, because he ain't give you the talent for no reason. And everybody know when it comes to playing the sax, can't nobody touch Mike on that sax, boy. They already know that. You know what I'm saying?
That,
I seen you on, I think I seen you on Wavy TV 10 doing something in the water. I see you do your thing. I'm like, bro, this is that guy. So I ain't made no music that I need a sax on yet, but when I do, you already know. I'm gonna put that call in. You already know.
Facts. And it's crazy, man, that you saying that though, because I be like, I do be thinking that a lot, like you say, with the gift, it's bigger, especially in times like this, because it's like when the pandemic hit, it's like some Great Depression type stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like when you really sit back and look at it, and I'm like, everybody really got a voice, and a lot of times, just trying to survive, you can lose it, because you know what I mean? You could be going so hard, putting stuff out, and still not have nothing to show for it as far as financial gain.
Yeah.
And it's like your boy, a rapper was like, he was like, I'm not rich yet, but I'm rich in ideas with stuff I done wrote. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to get past the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because once you get past the money, then you can put out, you like, okay, how can I touch somebody's soul today? How can I uplift people? How am I feeling right now? And if I put this out, how is it gonna make them feel? You know what I mean? The other side of making music.
Yeah, music is therapy. It's therapeutic. It's a healing that comes with it too, if it's used in the right way, you know. So what you do, you playing them chords on the sax, that can touch somebody differently than me rapping. You know what I'm saying?
And vice versa.
Yeah, and vice versa. So, you know, it can get discouraging sometimes when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into a project. You don't feel like you getting the recognition that you deserve for it, but you just got to keep going, man. Like, I mean, I struggle with thoughts of retiring, just stepping away from music every single day. That, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you put so much time, money, energy, and effort, and then you put money into studio time, into getting your stuff out there, whether it's sponsor ads on Instagram, whatever it is, to just get your content out there. And when you feel like it might be falling on deaf ears, it is hard to kind of keep pushing. But just know when it hit, though, it's gonna hit. You gotta kind of look at it like what AI said. We talking practice.
You talking practice.
You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be practice. This is gonna be, like Cole said, the off season. So when they call and they pull you in the game off the bench, and you break them sweats, and you get in the game, it's gonna show the repetition that you've been putting in now, all that time and work is gonna pay off. You just gotta stay the course. Just think about how many people got close and then they quit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep going, bro.
Now that's,
You know what I'm saying?
I know that hurt.
Yeah.
It's crazy because, like, listening to the Cole album, bruh, it almost pissed me off because how does he put himself?
Yeah.
Because he's not broke now. He's rich.
Yeah,
but
said 100 mil.
It's like he can put himself in the same predicament of where he was before he blew.
Yeah.
And it's almost, I think on one of the songs he would say, I still feel as broke as a dude that just graduated college or something. But it's like, bruh.
This man worth 100 mil.
Bruh.
100 mil.
But when he say stuff, you feel it and you know that's where he was at. It's almost like it wouldn't be cool if he, like when you in it, it ain't cool to be like, I'm broke. And I'm broke, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Like when you broke, you saying I'm rich.
Yeah.
But then when you get rich, he like,
this ain't
this money, it ain't nothing, man. All these women, they ain't nothing, man.
It's like, it's just like you gotta fake it till you gotta fake it till you make it. Then when you make it, you be like, do I really want this? But I respect Cole just cause like he say on that song he worth 100 mil. He said he got more M's than a Slim Shady music video. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. But if you look at how he dressed,
Cole World, link up, man.
Facts. If you look at how he dressed though, he just dressed like mad bummy, but he said it's by choice. When he did that freestyle, that LA Leakers, he said it's by choice now. It's not because I have to dress like this. It's by choice. And I remember he said he traded in, I think it might have been his Range Rover, whatever it was. He traded in his ice, his cars, all of that. This man be riding a bike through New York City on some humble stuff. And I'm like,
you see the new video?
Yeah, I seen that joint yesterday.
He's in a taxi, bro. Like, stop.
This is Jermaine Cole. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like most people won't see them without security. You won't see them without this and that. But he's like, bro, I'm not giving that energy off, so why would I get that back? He not walking around like someone like, shout out the baby, but the baby, you never see him without his ice. He got 100, he might have 100,000 on his neck, and it's like you need security for that. You know what I'm saying? But when you just walking around and you look like you might have an H&M hoodie on, and your dreads just looking unput together, like that's how Cole give it up, and that's how kind of Kendrick give it up too. Kendrick he not the type to be with the gaudy type of dressing and stuff like that. And it's like, to each his own. The talent is what kind of outweighs and allows them to do that. So, know, yeah.
I'm waiting on that Kendrick too, man.
Man, everybody say it's coming.
Cause that's gonna make the summer right
Everybody
there.
say it's coming. The game said it's coming. So he might know something that we don't know, but, I'm waiting on it too. It's been a minute. Damn. So.
Well, I know we probably went over time, but, it was a pleasure, man. Shout out to my boy T Cooke, man. Very inspirational cat. Last question I want to ask you, as far as what's next musically, anything coming up the pipeline as far as music, movies? Yeah,
I was actually I had a meeting last night with this is exclusive info too. Nobody knows.
Exclusive.
You know what I'm saying? You get the exclusive, but yeah, I had a meeting last night with my screenwriter, Kirby Carroll. She's real big, like a real good writer, and we working on a part 2 of I don't even know if I should say this or not, but we working on a part 2 of I ain't even gonna give the title, but a film that I put out in 2016. If you hip to it, go on YouTube, check it out. But we working on an alleged part 2, so that's making some progress on that. As far as music though, I definitely want to put a project out before the end of the year is out. 2020 just kind of threw me off as an artist, and I just took a step back. I was still, coming up with songs and stuff like that. I just wasn't recording as frequently as I wanted to, but I definitely want to. I want to put this energy out in the air while I'm on your podcast. I got a big song in the stash. I think it's one of them ones. I don't know, but it got two of the biggest artists from this area on there, and so that's exclusive info that nobody knows too. So so when that drops, just y'all heard it here first. So I just want to put that positive energy out there. But other than that, that's kind of what I got, man. So.
Where is it like a turn up? What kind of?
Yeah, it's kind of like I was sitting on I did the song during quarantine, and I just was like looking at the state of America, and like the song itself is like a kind of like a. Have you ever heard my song Monopoly Money that I dropped? It's kind of like a get money. Spending money type of anthem. And I was like, this would be real insensitive to drop this while people need stimulus checks. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is real insensitive. So I was like, I'm going to tuck this until we get in a better state as a country. And once we get past this pandemic, we'll be able to release
PPP.
it. Yeah, my
you forget mine. But
TK Kirkland said PPP said for player. So once we get past that, and I'll be able to release that hopefully by the end of the year, and y'all stay tuned for that. So yeah.
Word.
Yeah, man.
Word. My guy T Cooke. Dope music coming out, man. Follow my guy.
Yeah, follow me on
what's your IG?
On Instagram at T Cooke Official, on Twitter at The Cookbook, and just stay tuned. Appreciate you having me, man.
Already, big dog.
Already, dog. You already know.
Sir. And this concludes the Hot Tea and Incense podcast, man. It's all about self-love and just putting out positivity, man, because it's enough negativity out there. And y'all be safe.